Carson Wentz, Marshawn Lynch, Deshaun Watson, Jared Goff, Khalil Mack, Juju Smith-Schuster, DJ Watt, Doug Baldwin, Richard interesting story about Olamide Zaccheaus. Those of you who may not know, he was originally an undrafted free agent to the Atlanta Falcons way back in the early 2020s, I believe. And after his contract expired, he went to, I want to say Philadelphia. Maybe the Commanders, or maybe Philadelphia, then the Commanders. Yeah, I think that sounds right. And then he was just with the Bears this past season. And now he has made his way back to Atlanta. For any of you Atlanta Falcons fans watching this, you may remember our wide receiver room back when Olamide Zaccheaus was on the team. In 2021, when we drafted Kyle Pitts, 4th overall out of Florida, to play tight end, our wide receiver room consisted of Russell Gage Jr., Calvin Ridley, Tajay Sharp. Deep pull on that one, Tajay Sharp. If you've never heard of him, look him up. 2021 Atlanta Falcons, Tajay Sharp. And of course, Olamide Zaccheaus. Olamide Zaccheaus is, as I would describe right now, a more experienced Zachariah Branch, who the Atlanta Falcons took in the 3rd round of 2026 NFL Draft. And I think this signing is going to work out great for both players. Olamide doesn't have as much pressure to produce right away, and Zachariah Branch has a receiver in front of him that he can look to, maybe even to mentor him and his play style. But that's enough about Olamide Zaccheaus. Let's continue moving on with the wide receivers. That's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go position group by position group. So wide receiver number 86, Vinny Anthony II. Vinny Anthony II. Very interesting story that he's right behind Drake London. Undrafted free agent, and they already have him above Chris Blair, who has experience with this team and chemistry with Michael Penix Jr. I haven't been keeping up with the Atlanta Falcons as much as I would like to, so maybe Vinny Anthony is a hidden gem. Maybe another Olamide Zaccheaus. Not play style, because if I remember correctly, Vinny Anthony is like 6'2" or something like that. I'm pretty sure he's a bigger guy. Anyways, wide receiver number 80, Dylan Drummond. Dylan Drummond. Wide receiver number 17, Zachariah Branch. Zachariah Branch, the rookie. I'm excited to see how much he will produce this year and how much workload he will be given. Wide our best shot with Lameke Brookington. Somebody let me know in the comments down below if that is correct or how to pronounce it. Wide receiver number 82, Antoine Wells Jr. Antoine Wells Jr. So for the wide receivers, it looks like, as of right now, our starting three receivers will consist of Drake London, Jahan Dotson, and Olamide Zaccheaus. Looking at all of the depth in the receiver room, it might not be a bad idea to maybe take one somewhat early in the draft next year. Again, in the top 3 rounds. I'm not saying a first round receiver, but maybe a second, maybe another third. Or maybe you do spend your first round pick on a wide receiver. But anyways, let's move on to the offensive line. I'm going to go by position on the line instead of the ones, the twos, and the threes like I did with the receivers. So, for example, we're going to start with the left tackle. Left tackle number 70, Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews. 71, Jawan Taylor. Now, if you remember from earlier, I said, remember about Wanya Morris, the left tackle that we got in a trade from Kansas City. And I find it funny that in the worst year of the Chiefs' offensive line, I mean, it caused that team to fall apart. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life throughout the season because of the offensive line and their struggles. We decide, the Atlanta Falcons decide, to grab two of their tackles. Hey, and maybe I look back and I think, man, I'm an idiot for not believing in Jawan Taylor or Wanya Morris. It says they have him at left tackle, but I don't know if they'll try him at right tackle or not. But I don't have a good feeling about this. I believe Jawan Taylor has no guarantees on his contract, either that or very small amount of guarantees, like a vet minimum. But either way, right tackle in general is a position of need for the Atlanta Falcons in the near future, because Jay Matthews could retire any year now. But let's keep moving. We're at 27, 28 minutes already. Let's speed it up a little bit. We still have a lot to get to. Right tackle, number 69, Jack Nelson. Right tackle, number 72, Michael Jarrell. That is it for the offensive line section of the depth chart. And as of right now, the listed starters are left tackle Jake Matthews, left guard Matthew Bergeron, center Ryan Newsel, right guard Chris Lindstrom, and right tackle Jawan Taylor. Now, onto the tight ends. Number 8, tight end, Kyle Pitts Sr. Kyle Pitts Sr. The highest drafted tight end in the history of the NFL, if my memory serves me correct. And, well, not so much anymore since he signed an extension, but what was a very important moment in this guy's career this offseason. He was going to play on a franchise tag on a 1-year prove-it deal. But the general manager, Ian Cunningham, decided that they liked what they saw, and they gave him an extension. I'm happy for Kyle Pitts. I love Kyle Pitts. My Nose tackle, number 94, Laquale London. Defensive tackle, number 90, Deshaun Hand. Edge rusher, Samson Ebukam. Linebacker, number 53, Kendall Daniels. The rookie. I want to go back to Samson Ebukam. I don't believe I said his number, so just in case, he's number 52. Samson Ebukam. Linebacker, number 44, Troy Anderson. Edge rusher, number 51, Aziz Ojolari. Corner, number 12, rookie Avion Terrell, the brother of A.J. Terrell. Strong safety, number 23, DeMarco Helms. Free safety, acquired in a trade before the draft, number 29, Sidney Brown. Cornerback, number 22, Clark Phillips III. Nickelback, number 30, Darnay Holmes. Let's move on to the third string defensive players. Defensive end, number 95, Ross Blacklock. Nose tackle, number 79, Carlos Allen Jr. Defensive tackle, number 98, rookie Ontario Thompson. Edge rusher, number 48, Braylon Trice. Linebacker, number 40, J.D. Bertrand. Mr. Guardian Cap himself. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Let's move on. Linebacker, number 56, rookie Harold Perkins Jr. Edge rusher, number 99, Cameron Thomas. Corner, C.J. Henderson, number 26. Strong safety, number 41, Darren Hall. Free safety, number 34, Jamie Robinson. Cornerback, number 37, Kobe Bryant. Nickelback, number 28, Mike Ford Jr. Let's move on to the fourth string. And those of you who are watching may notice that not all positions on the defense have a fourth string player. Safeties do not have a fourth string, and your interior defensive linemen don't have, well, that's a defensive end, and your nose tackles do not have fourth stringers. So, under fourth string, we have defensive tackle, number 91. I'm sorry if I butcher this. Devonsha Maxwell. Edge rusher, said D'Angelo Malone. Oh well, we'll run through them again right quick. Number 43, Malik Verdon. Edge rusher. No, linebacker. Sorry. Linebacker 55, Channing Tindall. Edge rusher number 59, Keyshawn Banks. Cornerback number 35, Natrone Brooks. Cornerback number 36, Malcolm DeWalt IV. Nickelback number 20, A.J. Woods. And there is one fifth string player at the linebacker position, and that is linebacker number 42, DeVaron Rayner. And that is the entirety of the Atlanta Falcons defensive depth chart. And the last section is the special teams. I'm going to do what I did for the defense, going left to right. However, I will mention right here on the reserve list is offensive tackle number 77, Storm Norton. He's currently injured and is not physically able to practice. That is what PUP stands for, physically unable to practice. So he was not on the offensive list. Anyway, punter number 16, Jake Bailey. Kicker number 6, Nick Folk. Long snapper number 49, Liam McCullough. Holder number 16, Jake Bailey. Kickoff number 6, Nick Folk. Punt returner number 17, Zachariah Branch. Kick returner number 17, Zachariah Branch. Now on to the second stringers. Punter number 39, Matthew Hayball. Long snapper number 46, Philip Florenzo. Holder number 39, Matthew Hayball. Punt returner number 14, Olamide Zacchaeus. Kick returner number 86, Vinny Anthony II. And there is one third string player, and that is kick returner number 85, Keelan Marion. And that does it for the entirety of the Atlanta Falcons 2026 depth chart. And I'll also go over the coaching staff, just the main people right here at the bottom. General Manager Ian Cunningham. New head coach Kevin Stefanski. Not a rookie head coach, but a new coach to Atlanta. He was with Cleveland before and won Coach of the Year. So we'll see how he can perform. Offensive coordinator Tommy Reese. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. And special teams coordinator Greg Ackerman. With that being said, we are going to move on to our second segment, which involves Atlanta Falcons off-season free agency tracker. This is every player coming into Atlanta from other teams or players leaving Atlanta is the second time in his career he has had something very impactful happen to him. And the first time it was a 1,000-yard rushing rookie season. And the second time it was like a $22 million contract. And then shortly after, he gets replaced with a top 10 running back. So I felt bad for the guy. But, I mean, I don't blame him, because when he made that deal, it sounded like a good deal. Punter Jake Bailey goes from Miami to Atlanta. I mean, decent punter. So I'm not really too upset. I don't know if it's kind of a push or if it's an upgrade over Bradley Pinion, but we'll have to just wait and see. Trent Brooks re-signs with Atlanta. Decent re-signing. He's a good depth piece. Sidney Brown traded from the Philadelphia Eagles to Atlanta. Already talked about that a little bit. Traded for draft pick. Pick swaps, I think is what it was. I think it was just pick swaps. But quarterback Kirk Cousins goes from Atlanta to Las Vegas. I think he's going to have a good opportunity to kind of just coast out the rest of his career there, kind of do what he did with Michael Penix here. Just play a little bit until Fernando Mendoza can get his feet under him. He got a big contract too from the Raiders, which I just don't know how he keeps getting these, but kudos to him. Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver John Dodson signs with Atlanta. I think it's a good upside pick. A lot of potential. Former first-round pick. We'll see what he can do. I mean, it's kind of like a prove-it situation for him right now. Atlanta Falcons edge rusher Arnold Ebiketie signs with the Eagles. Kind of filled in his spot. We have good depth at edge, which is kind of surprising to say right now. I feel like we do have good depth at edge, or potential to have decent depth with the next dude on the list. Former Indianapolis Colts edge rusher Samson Ebika. Big upside guy. Had really good sack production before he got hurt, and just hoping we can, get him to produce a little bit more now that he's healthy. Probably one of, if not the worst thing to happen to Atlanta in free agency was linebacker Caden Ellis going back to the New Orleans Saints. Man. Okay. Former Atlanta Falcons edge rusher Leonard Floyd is yet to sign. We're just going to keep moving. I don't want to spend any more time on that. New York Jets kicker Nick Folk signs with Atlanta. Just veteran guy. He's been in the league for forever. Pretty consistent at making kicks. Just hope he doesn't fall off this offseason and suddenly he can't hit anything. We just really need to get the kicking situation figured out here in Atlanta. So, we'll have to see with that. A lot of my answers on these signings are going to be we'll have to see, just because I'm not one to, in the preseason, put these big expectations on people. Atlanta Falcons tight end Felipe Franks goes back to Carolina. It's whatever, he was a special teams guy. I love Felipe, but not really a big contributor. Defensive tackle Elijah Garcia resigns. Don't even remember reading his name. He's probably already off the team. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I got swapped out with a USFL guy. Zane Gonzalez, kicker from Atlanta, goes to Miami. I think Atlanta and Miami just swapped. I think we gave them Zane Gonzalez and Bradley Pinion, and they gave us Jake Bailey. But Nick Floyd came from the Jets, never mind. Indiana Colts running back Tyler Goodson goes to Atlanta. It's going to be RB3, not really much to talk about there. Javon Quinn, center, goes to Baltimore. Oh well. Good luck, I guess, I don't know. Arizona corner Darren Hall goes to Atlanta, depth piece. Deshaun Hand, defensive tackle from the Chargers, goes to Atlanta, and I've heard that he's making a name for himself in training camp. So We'll see. Atlanta linebacker Ronnie Harrison Jr. goes to Miami. Good luck. Malik Heath, Atlanta Falcons. Has not signed anywhere. Kadero Hodge has not signed anywhere. Both receivers. I'm surprised Kadero Hodge has not signed. Really good special teams returner. Darnay Holmes, Raiders corner, signs with Atlanta. Austin Hooper, tight end from the Patriots, signs with Atlanta. That's a decent get. He'll get some decent playing time. Khalid Kareem, Atlanta Falcons edge rusher, goes to the Giants. Corey Levin, Titans center, goes to Atlanta. Miguel London re-signed. That's actually a lot bigger than some people might realize. D'Angelo Malone re-signs. It's okay. Wanya Morris trade. Not really sure about how good Wanya Morris could really be, but we do have Bill Callahan as our offensive line coach, who is one of, if not the best offensive line coach in the NFL. So we'll see if he can kind of work a little bit of magic there. Eagles edge rusher Azeez Ojulari goes to Atlanta. It's a very, very solid backup edge rusher. I think people might underrate that pickup a little bit if they just don't know. Atlanta Falcons defensive tackle David Onyemata and Rook Ororo. David Onyemata signs with the Jets. Rook Ororo is in the trade that, if you look down, Mason Smith traded to Atlanta from Jacksonville. Rook got traded from Atlanta to Jacksonville. It's kind of just a one-for-one player swap. Yeah, there's Bradley Pinion, Atlanta punter, to Miami. Kyle Pitts re-signed. Deacon Quintoriano, Atlanta Falcons tight end, signs with Arizona. Sam Roberts, Atlanta Falcons defensive tackle, signs with the Giants. Brian Robinson, 49ers running back, to Atlanta. David Sills the fifth. What a guy, but he's an Atlanta Falcons wide receiver. He is gone to Tampa Bay. Mason Smith, we already touched on him. Easton Stick, the quarterback, has moved on to the Colts. Contavious Street, Falcons D-tackle, has moved on to Chicago. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has signed with Atlanta. Chiefs tackle Jawan Taylor signs with Atlanta. Cleveland Browns edge rusher Cameron Thomas signs with Atlanta. Channing Tindall, Cardinals linebacker, signs with Atlanta. Tyrone Wheatley Jr., Falcons tackle, has not signed. Elijah Wilkinson, Atlanta guard, who played tackle, signed with the Cardinals. If y'all know about the Elijah Wilkinson off-season controversy, yeah, that was a doozy. His social media rants. But anyways, let's move on. Chicago Bear defensive tackle Chris Williams is with Atlanta now. Atlanta Falcons linebacker Josh Woods is yet to sign, and Chicago Bears wide receiver Olamide Zaccheaus is back in Atlanta. So that is the free agency departings and signings and slash trades so far of the offseason, which there's some rumors floating around that there may be a couple more veteran, like smaller depth signings, but I'm not in the know, so I don't get told anything like this. I'm just kind of get fed what's available. I think next we're gonna go to Atlanta Falcons, the franchise encyclopedia of the Atlanta Falcons. Just gonna go over a couple things, a couple records, a couple players, some coaches maybe, and just some cool things about the franchise. I'm gonna read all of this right here first. Obviously, team name Atlanta Falcons. 61 seasons as of right now is 2026. They've played from 1966 to 2026. Their total win-loss record is 406 wins, 521 losses, and 6 ties. We need to get that number up. We really need to get that number up. Playoff record is 10-14. 0 Super Bowl wins. 2 Super Bowl appearances. Do you know what years those appearances were? Give you a little bit to put it in the comments. Because I'm going to say it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1999 against the Denver Broncos. And the 2016 season against the New England Patriots. However, we don't want to talk about that. The all-time passing leader is Matt Ryan with 59,735 yards and 367 touchdowns. The all-time rushing leader, Gerald Riggs, 6,631 yards. that was Matt Ryan. 48 touchdowns, not 300. All-time receiving leader, who other than Julio Jones? 12,896 receiving yards and 60 touchdowns. All-time scoring leader was kicker Matt Bryant. Not Matt Ryan, but Matt Bryant, the kicker, with 1,163 points. Wow. All time. I don't know what AV means. Am I casual? I don't know, but if you know what AV means, Matt Ryan is the leader with 203. So if that means anything, maybe I'm a casual and I don't know, I might be blinking. It's late at night. It's 9:30. The winningest coach is Mike Smith, who went 67-50. Check out the head-to-head scores. I'm not going to read through all of these, just the ones that kind of stick out to me. Okay, so the second column is wins, and the third column is losses. This first one is games played. I'm just going to read everyone if they have a 500 winning percentage or better than the Arizona Cardinals. They are exactly 500 with a series split 17-17. The Buffalo Bills The series goes to Atlanta, 8-6. Atlanta's either going to win or tie all of these series. I'm just going to go ahead and say that so I don't have to keep saying who's winning the series. We all know it's going to be Atlanta from here on out. The Carolina Panthers, with a record of 37-25. The Houston Texans, with a record of 3-3. Another tie. The Jacksonville Jaguars, with a record of 5-4. The Las Vegas Raiders, with a record of 9-7. The Los Angeles Chargers, with a record of 8-5. The best accomplishment on this list is the New Orleans Saints, with a record of 57-56. It may be a one-game lead, but it's still a lead. The New York Giants, with a record of 15-11. The New York Jets, with a record of 9-6. It's like we must own New York. I mean, we also have a winning record against Buffalo too. So yeah, the state of New York just belongs to Atlanta. And the last one is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with a record of 33-32. Now, if you notice something, we have a winning record against everybody in the NFC South. The Saints, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers. We have won more games against them than they have us. Bang. They're a place where we can get I want to see some All-Pros. Is there a list of the All-Pros? Oh, All-Pro and Pro Bowlers right here. Let's look at some of the All-Pros that Atlanta has had since the year. Let's do 2000. Since the year 2000, the past 26 years. Here are your Pro Bowlers since the year 2000. I don't know what they're sorting this by, so I'm just going to kind of go down the list. They're all out of whack. But anyways, Julio Jones, 2 first-team All-Pros, 2015 and 2016. Roddy White with 1 first-team All-Pro in the year 2010. Tony Gonzalez with 1 first-team All-Pro in the year 2012. Matt Ryan with 1 first-team All-Pro in the year 2016. Let's see, we have two more, I believe. Yeah, none of those have all pros. Yeah, two more. The defensive end, John Abraham, has one All-Pro in the year 2010. And edge rusher, Vic Beasley, has one first-team All-Pro in the year 2016. That is about all of the Atlanta Falcons history that we can go with right now. We're running a little long today, and I want to do a couple rounds of this Atlanta Falcons Wordle game. I don't know if y'all have played it. It used to be called Weddle, but now I guess they've changed it to Pro Day. And they have a collection of different things on here. So now I'm gonna have to type for this, so I'm gonna get some keyboard stuff going. Let me get a drink of my drink. I haven't really been sipping on it. Ah, man. The cool thing about this website is that they have all the teams on here. So if I want to do this kind of style of video, but for just different teams, that won't be any problem. So yeah, in the comments down below, let me know what teams you would like to see a preview for, or like an off-season kind of dive into a team. I mean, I'll do any team. It doesn't matter. I just love talking football. So we're gonna start off with the Atlanta Falcons specific one. We're gonna do the daily one, and then we might do a couple more on unlimited. But we just looked at the entire depth chart, so we should have a good idea of who all this could be. So we have Weddle Team Mode, Atlanta Falcons. Who should we do first? Let's do Drake London. He just got an extension. So let's do Drake. the Seahawks last year when Caleb McGarry got hurt. I swear. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a couple more because I'm killing it right now. So we ended on Michael Jarrell, another offensive lineman, kind of an older guy. No, it's not gonna be Jake Matthews because he's like 70 something. Is he 70 exactly? Well, yeah, no, it still wouldn't be. It would be yellow, so. How old is Chris Lindstrom? He's not older than 68, is he? I said I would try to check these all out. Stay true to my word. It was Chris Lindstrom, okay. See, okay, if we keep getting them quick like this, we're just gonna do more. Older guy, low number. Yeah, how crazy would it be if it's Trevor Siemian? Dude, okay. I swear I'm not cheating or anything. You can see my entire screen. The only other device in this room is my phone, and that is what is recording the video. I am not cheating. I'm just that good with the Atlanta Falcons depth chart. I mean, we did kind of just study it, so. Loan. Okay, so numbers under 11. So let's just kind of split it down the middle. We could go. Do I want to go Bijan? Is it, what did they do Bijan, or is it going to be like Nick Folk wearing number 6? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say this. If this is Nick Folk, there will be allegations of cheating, because who decides to do Nick Folk over Bijan Robinson? I'm just trying to split the gap though. Half of 12, because we're at 11, it has to be below 11. So no, it's half of 10. Half of 10 is 5. It's Drake London, and I don't think it's going to be a well-known player. So I think like the best person to do would either be John Dodson or Nick Folk, and I'm running Nick Folk. I did a lot of talking for no reason right there. A lot of talking for no reason. However, we did get that it is. Oh, this is Dua. No, it's not. Okay, now I'm in a predicament. Because it's not going to be Tua. Because he's number 1. And it can't be 5 or 4. So it has to. Oh, so, okay, never mind. I'm tweaking. Also, I did not know Nick Folk was 41. This is Jesse Bates. I want to get one to where we're getting like an offensive. Oh, well, we did. We got Michael Jarrell. But you know, I'm so on top of my game right now at 10 o'clock at night that I just get that kind of stuff. Who do we just do? Oh, Jesse Bates. Okay, shorter guy. Older though. I'm gonna run Olamide. Olamide Zaccheaus. Oh. Dude, okay. I will do 3 these 3. That will be it. 3 more maximum. Because I'm getting these so quick. Because I'm a Falcons fan and I think it's ruining the game. Because I'm not having any fun. Because I'm just getting them in 2 or 3. Now, as I said, that watch. Well, no, because this is a young guy who has a low number. It has to be below 13 or 12. So it could be 11. Could this be Jalen Walker? See, this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, yeah, you're gonna give me Jalen Walker and expect me not to get it. Okay. Below 9. How old is Kyle Pitts? Could this be Kyle? I don't know. If he's 25, I think this is him. Okay, it was Kyle Pitts. Okay, that's 1. You think there's a limit, or does it just restart with the same people? Like, how long do I have to play before I get, like, Michael Gerald again? Young guy. Do I want to run Zach Branch right here? I don't know how old he is. This dude that was drafted last year, maybe. Billy Bowman. Do I want to run Billy Bowman? It is a DB. It is a DB. Very short DB. And he is 24 years old. Am I blanking at the wrong time? It's not going to be Xavier Watts because it would be yellow because he's number 31. So who is 24? I think DeMarco Hellams has got to be like 25 or 26. I don't think it's DeMarco Hellams. Mike Hughes, no. Because AJ Terrell is like, what is he now? Upper 20s. What would Avion be? Avion is like 21. Do I run Sidney Brown? I'm going to run Sidney Brown. Because he was drafted not too long ago. And I don't know what number he is. He could be up in the 30s though. 29 now, okay. Can't run Mike Hughes. There's no way Mike Hughes is 24 years old. Ooh, wait. No, Kobe Bryant's 37. Ooh, we're struggling here. We're struggling here. We're struggling. It has to be a DB. Not gonna be Natrone Brooks. He's 35. I'm not looking. Matter of fact, let me close this out so y'all don't think I can look at it. Anyway, cornerbacks it's just under DB. And they're short, so this has to be like a nickel. So would this be Darnay Holmes? This is Darnay. No. Oh my gosh. Who's a young defensive back? I've got to run DeMarco Hellams. woke some people up with that. Made some people start panicking for no reason. Okay, that's number 2. That took way longer than it should have. The last one. The last one of the video. What's the chance that it's Clark Phillips again? Like, does it just cycle through all of them? Like, just randomly? Or is there like a pattern? Okay. Man, I hate when this happens. Alright, Sidney Brown again. It was Sidney Brown. Okay, I'm not counting that. That was too easy. And I'm not going to start with Sidney Brown. This is the last one. This is the last one. And we're going to start with... Dang it, I was going to do Matthew Hayball. Liam McCullough. Just to give us a little challenge, let's start with Liam McCullough. Yeah, I knew that was going to suck. Young guy, high number. Are we thinking offensive line or defensive? Let's just try offensive. Let's try Ethan Onianwa. Never mind, he is. Wait. He is not on here. Yeah, he's not on here. What about, what's his face? Who did we get last year? Jack Nelson. No, Jack Nelson. Defensive lineman, though. They're 24. Did not know Jack Nelson was that big. Yes, this could be a defensive lineman. I want to say this could be Ontario Thompson. Never mind, I forgot. I guess rookies aren't in here. They not? Yeah, no, they're not. Young defensive lineman. A number in like the 80s, in the 90s. Who's in the 90s? There's no way Deshaun Hand is 24. I refuse to believe that. Mason Smith. Would it be Mason Smith? Is he not on here? Okay. Oh, 2 A's. Not Mason Smith. Defensive lineman, though. Zach Harrison, maybe. Oops. Bang. There it is. Zach Harrison. That'll do it. That'll do it right there. The Atlanta Falcons. Hope you enjoyed this video.